Hey there, folks. I'm starting a special video series alongside whatever I'm LPing at the moment. This is meant for a very special group of people. Very close to me, I feel. Feels like an extended family, really. This is a tribute to them, all our adventures we've had together, and whatnot. So if you're not part of the group I'm speaking of, well, I hope you enjoy the videos anyway as you walk with me down this trip down memory lane. See some of the wacky adventures we got into, but if you don't like it, well, you know, whatever. This is for Monsters Inc. What is Monsters Inc? Monsters Inc. was started as a pet job only link shell, well, pet jobs and Corsairs, that was started back in Ramuh's server, I want to say early 2008, maybe it was a little sooner than that. Sorry guys, I wasn't one of the first members, so I don't remember. I know when I joined, I don't remember when it was started. I want to say early 2008. If I'm wrong, let me know. And we were a little different from everybody else. You know, whenever you see a link shell converge, you see paladins, red mages, white mages, black mages. You see warriors, dark knights, samurai, and all kinds of other fun stuff. And what was our little band of misfits like? Well, we were kind of like the island of misfit toys, if you want to put it that way. We had a bunch of beastmasters, summoners, puppet masters, and Corsairs, which were, at the time, far less preferable than bards for in-game situations because I guess they considered bards more versatile or just more powerful, yada yada yada. The thing about Corsairs is that they actually had pet buffs, and that's what we did. We would sit back, chuck pets at things, and we could take down things low man that would take many other link shells plenty of people to do. Of course, this meant there was other things we couldn't possibly do, like there was things that just absolutely had to be zerged down. We couldn't do it at the time, or our strategy wouldn't work because we fed TP, yada yada yada. But that was us in a nutshell. We were a pet link shell. We were laughed at, told we'd never make anything of ourselves. We were kind of like the nerdy group of kids at school that always got, you know, picked on and beat up and, you know, swirled and stuff like that. Maybe not that extreme, but that was the fun part of it, though. It was like we were the outcasts. We dared to be different. Well, I joined the group that dared to be different. They started it, and I joined. You know, a few months down the line, whatever it was. And it was the only in-game link shell I was ever a part of. And it was the most fun I've had in a long time. I stayed with the shell. Hell, I still have the pearl on. I think I'm the only person in the shell right now. Everybody's moved on, and for good reason. With all the in-game content that's come out, not a whole lot of it seems pet friendly, I guess, and the game just doesn't feel right anymore. Charming has come back finally, but it's extremely limited use. So, you know, there we are. The group kind of drifted apart. It's probably better this way, though. We lasted a lot longer than a bunch of other in-game link shells do. We didn't fight with each other. Anytime something petty like an item became an issue, usually the person that was the instigator of the incident usually left the shell or whatever. We like to keep things clean. We could not stand fighting each other. So, for many of us, it kind of felt like we were fighting with our own brothers and sisters sometimes. Maybe some people didn't take it to the extreme that I did. I look at it as like an extended family. And kind of lost my train of thought there. I'm doing this completely off script. I have a list of ideas for, you know, future videos I want to do, and with a few word description for each, and, you know, I'll just roll from there. But all I have here for this is just intro. Figure it out. Okay, so great. But yeah, that's oops, I pulled up my macros. So that's kind of our story in a nutshell. We were like the last of the big, you know, Ramuh link shells to, well, back when we were on Ramuh, and now we're on Bahamut because the servers got merged. Yeah, I'm waving my hand like you can see that. and we made a good go of it. It's funny because at some point, Beastmasters started to get super pumped up, and their pets did amazing damage, and all of a sudden everybody wanted to be a Beastmaster, and it kind of sucked because it was no longer like we were the outcasts or whatever. All of a sudden we were the cool guys, and it was neat for a while, but we kind of realized that we kind of missed that old feeling of being different from everybody else. I don't know. Anyway, intro. Now that I've blabbered on enough, I figure I start off by showing you my log house. I'm going to make this as little about me as possible. I originally planned to have a bunch of stuff talking about my story and whatnot, but that's kind of self-serving, toot my own horn, stuff like that. Is that how you say it? It probably sounds wrong, actually. Whatever. So I'm just going to stick with all the memories I have of Monsters, Inc., pretty much. Just a couple things before I joined Monsters, Inc., maybe one thing, I don't know. Probably the story of how I first saw them, and that's a pretty cool story, actually. But let me show you the Mog House. It's not as elaborate as other people's Mog Houses, but it's there, and I forgot to change my job. But oh well. I have 3 jobs on me, and which are the 3 jobs I'll be using for these videos. Okay, so here we are. Goddamn camera. And pardon me if I cuss. I'm going to try not to camera. I'm going to try not to too much, but well, we weren't always the most clean-spoken LS out there, but that's all right. We were all very accepting of how everybody talked or whatever, and if it ever became a problem, we let people know. Yada yada yada. Whatever. Anyway. Up at the front here, we have these generic bookcases. I kind of like to look at them. It makes you feel like I'm a smart guy or something like that. Look at me, guys. I read books. And here's the guardians of the house. We have Genbu and Bahamut. We have the orchestrion over here, which was the last piece of furniture I put in here. It's something that lets you do this. Change the music at the symphonic curator over here. Let's see, I don't have too many tracks right now. I'm gonna go with Heaven's Tower. That's a cool tune. This sounds splendid. That's gonna be really hard to hear, especially over the water, but yeah. Up in the wall, 3 flags. Damn camera. Okay, that one on the left is the flag of Juno. I got that from getting so far in the Wings of the Goddess expansion. It was cool. The Windurst flag. Windurst is my home nation. For those not in the know, it's a nation full of midgets and cat people. Well, cat girls to be specific. Yeah. It's a really magical place. It's real outdoorsy. It's really, really nice. And their Sega symbol is, this big old tree. I forget what it's called. Damn it. The Great Star Tree? Oh, man. Why can't I remember? Anyway, you get that for completing all the Windurst missions. Over here. This pennant is, oh, God. What was it called? What's the name of the serpent? It's a 2-headed serpent that stands for, Ottergon, crap in the head, I don't remember. Anyway, you get this for completing Treasures of Ottergon expansion. This box that these little statuettes are sitting on. It's just a little ammo box I made one day. It doesn't actually hold ammo in it, it's just what the description says. Now, I'm going to take a seat right here. Well, get the first person. And sit. Alright, from left to right. These are the archangels that you can fight at the end of the Rise of Zilart missions. From left to right, we have Archangel, is it MR? MR for Mithra. We have Archangel EV for Elvon. Archangel HM for Hume. Archangel GK, I think, for Galka. And Archangel TT for Taru. He levitates and he has a big scythe. When you do those missions, you can fight the Archangels one at a time, or you can do a special battle called Divine Might, where you fight all 5 at once, and you get a choice of, well, at least what was then, really nice earrings. Yeah. Okay, enough of that. This is a little table I got for Christmas one year from my buddy Utahata. Thank you for that. This comes standard in every Windershin home. There's a little fountain back here. Yeah. This is a hammock. I felt it kind of, represented my sort of lifestyle better than just an old bed. Just kind of laid back. This is like the standard bedding of the forces of Windurst in the past. Yeah. We have another bookshelf here. On top of it, we have... can I get it closer? It's hard to get. I'm not tall enough. We have Lady Prish from Chains of Promathia expansion. And right next to her is Alexander, the final boss of Treasures of Ottergon. And the way she's standing, it's kind of looking like she's like commanding a Pokemon or something like that. So I thought that was... yeah. We have a statue of the Shadow Lord here, the boss of the city missions that gets you to rank 6. Like a big figure in Vana'diel history. So yeah, pretty cool. Finally, we have this. I've never seen another one of these. I'm sure there's some out there, probably mostly by Japanese players because that's how you get it. This is the harpsichord. It's literally like a piano and a harp. It's kind of weird. Every night at 10 p.m. game time, that is, it plays, even though I hate Sendori and its music, it plays the Sandy City tune. It's kind of neat. You got this by ordering the piano collection of Final Fantasy XI tunes. And it wasn't something they released in America to my knowledge. So it was something, I didn't even know this came with it, but I ordered an import copy of the CD, and I realized it had this little code in it. Now I couldn't read Japanese, but I still kind of figured that this is a code for something, put it in, bam, I get this thing. It's pretty friggin' sweet. And yeah, that's about it. So the ultimate point of this series, this is a trip down memory lane. I'm gonna... oh shoot, my internet's going out apparently. I better hurry up. Oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. This is a trip down memory lane. I'm going to relive some of our greatest moments and talk about some of my favorite times I've had in the past and whatnot. I hope everybody enjoys it, but especially to all my brothers and sisters in Monsters Inc. I really hope you guys enjoy this little trip down memory lane. I hope we can have some fun together. After I'm done with this series, I'm finally hanging it up for good. I know I said that like a year and a half ago. Oh no, it was like 2.5 years ago, I guess. And I eventually came back a year later. Game wasn't just the same. We made a sort of resurgence, but it just wasn't the same as it was. Once we got past level 75 and 80 level cap, it was just... felt kind of ruined. But anyway, I guess that's the wrap for the intro. Before we go, I'd like to show you, as you may have figured out already, this is my summoner garb. Looking pretty good there. A level 99 with all the jobs I'll be using. Yeah, this gear is, I'm sure, horribly outdated by now. I haven't looked at any of the new stuff. Now let's change my jobs real quick. These are all my jobs if you care. I've got like 13.99s? I lost track. Whatever, I'm not counting. We have Beastmaster here. Now, this gear is old as crap, but I haven't seen much pet boosting gear, although I haven't looked that hard, so this will still work. The boosts look a little off, but they help me run faster. But, yeah, for that. And finally, my Puppet Master. There it is. These were the 3 main jobs, along with Corsair, that we used in Monsters Inc. events. Yeah, I look pretty friggin' ridiculous. Like I just rolled out of bed into whatever pile of clothes I could land on. And that's how I Well, it came to work. Yeah. Puppet Masters, like, from what I've seen mostly, they traditionally look goofy. Because they just have such weird gear assortments. But do not be mistaken, they're extremely good at what they do. And, yeah. So, I'm sorry I started so much. Anybody that's seen me in chats in the game, maybe they think I might be, articulate. I do my best to punctuate, capitalize, form complete thoughts, stuff like that. But then people that have heard me on Ventrilo know that I'm just this guy that goes or something like that. And holy crap, this is a lot longer than I intended it to be. Well, hopefully the rest of the videos won't be as long. I plan on them being like 3 or 4 minutes each. We'll see how that works out. Anyway, that's a wrap. I've said that as a rep like 4 times now. Maybe 3. Whatever. Anyway, it's time for me to start heading out to all the different locations I want to visit. So, thanks for watching this intro. If you're interested, I hope you join me for the rest of this. So, take it easy.